Hello there. It's been a while since my last minifigure series, right? Well, that's because, if you haven't noticed, all of my series are in seasons, and I've done 3 seasons so far. So why not start a 4th? And the 4th would be based on Star Wars Legends. And this is a different sort of series. Remember last month when I had a poll for you all to choose which Star Wars Legends characters I'd make? It wasn't just an empty promise, because I made it. There was a bunch of different characters in the poll from such different sources as Knights of the Old Republic, the Thrawn Trilogy, Dark Forces, Imperial Knights, Force Unleashed, and even the O3 Clone Wars. I've not included characters that LEGO has already made, like Thrawn, into the list, but what we do have is pretty solid. None of you are allowed to be mad at the inclusions because you're the ones who voted. It's all your fault. Want to see who you chose? Let's get started then. The first character is Bastila Shan, who beat out Jedi Nomi Sunrider by a pretty wide margin. Bastila is from KOTOR, a game I still haven't totally played. I know, I'm sorry. But her story is pretty cool, as is her design. This minifigure uses a friend's ponytail in dark brown, and has a waistcape as the main defining features, but she also has a yellow double-bladed lightsaber, which is cool. Now for the biggest Mary Sue in Star Wars. Oh shut up, I'm right. We've got Katarn. He beat out Dash Rendar as the dashing smuggler representative. Kyle's minifigure comes with dog trainer hair and a big blaster. And instead of including a lightsaber, for my own sanity, there are so many lightsabers in this series, he comes with a colorful blueprint of the Death Star, which he stole from the Rogue One crew. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Lego Darth Plagueis the Wise? It's not a story Ash would tell you. It's a brutal legend. Darth Plagueis was a minifigure Sith, so unique and edgy he could use Egghead's useless dome as a head. He had such a knowledge of the dark side of the bricks that he could influence Well, enough of that. You'd be forgiven for not recognizing Jaster Mereel. According to Wikipedia, he's pretty much the mentor of Jango Fett until he got shot. Jango even named his first ship after him, Jaster's Legacy. Isn't that sweet? The only cool part about Jaster himself is his armor. With just a Mando helmet, a jetpack, and a blaster, he's cool. Jaina Solo. I like her a lot. She's great. So I was very happy when she beat Tenno Ka for the spot here. You'd be right to think it's ironic that I gave her Rey's hairpiece, since Rey is pretty much just the canon counterpart to Jaina. Jaina has a purple lightsaber and an X-Wing helmet in black and yellow. Fordo is a boss. Okay, maybe not boss, we'll get to him in a minute, but you know what I mean. He's the coolest trooper in all of the O3 Clone Wars, and my best friend is very happy that he's in this series. To show that I'm not just a party pooper and can appreciate things from time to time, he does use the new helmet coming with the 501st set. Stop disliking that video, please. You know how I said I wouldn't include characters LEGO's already made? I lied. Come on, it's Revan. He's the poster child for what we lost in the reboot. I couldn't just leave him on the cutting floor. Anyway, this design for Revan is in his Jedi variant, with lighter robes and Jedi stuff. He has the second purple lightsaber in the series, actually, because everybody thought purple was cool and that there should be more of it. They aren't wrong. With Revan comes his best homicidal droid bro, HK-47. Unlike the meatbags, he uses mostly all droid parts, along with the new head and a blaster. I don't know if he'd like being singled out in a video like this, but there's nothing he can do about it because he's not canon. Ha! You know who did nothing in the movies? The Imperial Guards. You know the characters that were like, Imperial Guards? Oh yeah, those guys will mess you up. That's the Imperial Knights. Kir Kanos specifically. With very red, dark red, and black designs, he's what the kids would call bodacious. He has the Imperial Guard hood and a weapon that is called a double vibroblade. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love bounty hunters. I'm down for as many bounty hunters as we can get. So for someone who absolutely should return to canon, we have the bounty hunter Durge. Along with his ridiculous lance, Durge has a new helmet and shoulder armor which slot together, like the Grand Inquisitor's figure. There is a lot of Sith to choose from in Star Wars Legends. One of the more famous is Darth Nihilus, mostly because of his creepy mask and tendency to suck out Jedi life force. It's a fun party trick. He comes with a new hood, dress piece, and a lightsaber, the 5th in the series for those keeping count. Nihilus beat out Darth Krayt for the representation, and I'm pretty sure it was a well-deserved win. Galen Merrick, the guy who single-handedly ruined how people see the Force with the leveling system. I'm sorry. It's true, though. That being said, he's still cool, and I'm glad he's here. Even if he did beat out Mara Jade. Like I said, your choice is not mine. Blame yourselves. Starkiller has Finn's hair, a lightsaber, and a lightning bolt, because he is fan service. I told you we'd get to boss. Man, I love Republic Commando. And technically, Delta Squad is all canon, thanks to one brief appearance in the Clone Wars, which is more than most people on this list. Boss uses the helmet from Gregor back in Clone Wars Series 1, and has a new backpack. His accessories are a blaster and a canister of healing fluid, so you too can get some Bacta. Mandalorians are a huge part of Star Wars. There's a whole show about one if you weren't aware, so multiple Mandos seemed important. If you didn't know, in Legends, the leaders of the Mandalorians were always called Mandalores, plus an objective. Mandalore the Preserver, Mandalore the Ultimate, Mandalore the Avenger, you get the idea. This is Mandalore the Indomitable, who looks the coolest. None of his pieces are actually new. It's all reused, like the bland Iron Man helmet, a torn cape, some Gundabad shoulder pads, and a Vibro axe. The last Sith of this series is Exar Kun. An interesting tidbit about him is that he enslaved an entire alien race and forced them to build the temples on Yavin 4 that eventually became the Rebel base. Good for him. His accessory is a Sith holocron, a new pyramid piece, because holocrons were particularly important to this guy. Lastly, we have Luuke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker. What's the difference, you ask? There's an extra U, and this one is a clone. For your own sanity, don't ask. Wikipedia will explain mostly everything. That's all I'm gonna say about this guy, except that he beat out Jaxon the Space Rabbit. Do with that information what you will. Legends. Legends is weird. I can't say that I miss it exactly. For the most part, I really prefer the new canon. But there are some gems, and revisiting so many different eras with these figures was very fun. But honestly, I'd love it if every single one of these characters was brought back together in one thing. Like a non-canon sitcom or something. Pitch your ideas for a Legends sitcom in the comments below, and Lucasfilm will have to make it. The packaging isn't really anything special, just blue and gold, but neither is Legends. Ha! Sorry, I just needed one last snipe. The layout's good though. This is the first series in a while that's only been 16 minifigures, and I will say there will be more like this in the near future. With this new Season 4 of figures, I'll be changing a lot of stuff about my series, and I think every change will definitely be for the better. Already, I'm really proud of this one, and I can only see them getting better in the future. And, if you have more suggestions for a You Vote series like this, I'd love to hear them. So, like, comment, subscribe. I just got over 1,000 subs, so thank you all for that. Join my Discord, follow my fairly new Instagram, and until next time, later.